Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. And today's video, that is kind of a tongue twist. In today's video, I thought we were going to be something exciting because in about 2 weeks, I think, it will be my birthday. And I'm just excited, so I thought I'd take you guys along on this trip and show you the things that I already have, which is in here. And then tomorrow, so there will be like, I think 3 parts to this, or maybe even just 2. So tomorrow I'll be getting more stuff, and it's just going to be going on from there. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and start this video off right, and we'll see what happens. So, more than likely, everybody knows my birthday is on Valentine's Day, so I can't wait. And this year, I decided to go with a 50s theme, so basically full Riverdale, just everything Riverdale. So I have the Southside Serpent jacket, the Pops Chocolate Shop t-shirt, the yellow and red one, and then I have a full white one that has a little Pops Chocolate Shop logo here, and then it has the full sign on the back. I would have worn that, but I couldn't find it, so I don't know where it's at. Anyways, so I just kind of threw this outfit on because I just got home from work, so I just want to chill out and be comfy. So anyways, so I want to start this off with a little twist, not even a little twist, just a little fun, because I thought, hey, why not? So my party is basically Riverdale, just full themed, and I've searched on Google because obviously I need to know the era and what decorations I need to get for the party. So what I managed to do was I Googled it, and it said Riverdale is in the era between 1940s and 1950s, or 1940 and 1960s going on. So the one process that I'm going on is just going into it, trying to find more details, what things I can do. And it has me thinking, well, Riverdale is mystery, so just try to include something like it. For me, it was hard to find some of the items because I'm thinking, oh, what can we do for Riverdale? So here's the thing. I've looked on Amazon, I looked at Party City, I've looked on many other places where you would normally get party decorations, right? Amazon has a few things which you'll see here because a few of them I did get off of Amazon and they're in here. This was another thing that I got. And it just adds up. So, continuing the thing, I'm thinking, well, what can I do? What other things? But my main focus was Pops. Let's do something that's full on Pops. Something that represents the diner. Something that represents who the characters are. So, in this case, I'm going on and I'm going at it and I'm like, what can I do to bring in all the party decorations? What do I need? What can I find? Nowadays, Riverdale isn't so popular as it used to be, or as it was before. So, it's obviously hard to find decorations related to Riverdale or Riverdale itself. So one of the things that I have that I bought off of Amazon is this, and it's so heavy because there's items inside of it. It's this giant inflatable. It's not really giant, but it's a inflatable cooler, and it basically it opens like this, and you can see everything inside. And again, it was a little, how do I say it without being negative? Just a little, it wasn't pricey. That was the good thing. Although it wasn't as I expected it to be, because in the description it said plug-in inflatable cooler. So I was like, oh cool, it's a plug-in. When I got it, it's like a pool inflatable. you have to inflate it by mouth. And I'm like, oh, this is great. So, the second I got it, I wanted to see how big it was. So I opened it up and I inflated it. Of course, it's deflated, or it's deflating, so you can't really tell a lot. So what I'm gonna have to do is gonna have to go and get a air pump so I can like try and pump it up without having to use my mouth, because that's, yeah. Trying to think of more things to say without taking a pause, but I have to breathe. So in this case, I'm still shopping for my party, still trying to figure out what other things I need, last minute things that I have to find. Well, in this inflatable cooler is the items that I've gone and bought so far and so forth, and yeah. So like I said, it's a jukebox. It's supposed to be a jukebox or look like one. I don't know if you guys can tell, or yeah. Let me know down in the comments below if this looks like a jukebox to you. Yeah. So I'm gonna go around and do a couple things. I do have a couple bags in here, so like Hot Topic and Dollar Tree and just things like that. So yeah, bear with me on this, will you? So the first bag is from Hot Topic. This was the impossible thing I could find. Well, not even impossible, but it was the one thing that I've been finding. My hair is going crazy today. This was one of the things that I was able to find because I'm thinking, oh, what am I going to do on the cake? What am I going to put around the cake? Well, we went to a cake shop, and it was just crazy. So, I picked out a cake, and they were like, it's a round cake for about 30 people. You're only paying for fondant, so it's about $260. My dad was like, no, I'm not paying that. So I started looking through the book, and I found one, and it said $150. So I was like, okay, that's pretty much about budget, right? Well, she goes and asks the manager that's there, and the manager goes, fondant plus cake. So you know how to charge him, right? And she's like, yeah, I'll get it. She charges us $240. No, not happening. Okay. We leave. But before we leave, my grandma looks at the items that they have hanging, like on a rack or something like that. And she finds mini jukeboxes. So I'm like, okay, not bad. 75 cents each for each one. I got not bad. So she paid for them, and the lady didn't even give us a bag, which we were like, okay, whatever, right? And then we went to North Star Mall to the Hot Topic because I wanted to find something else to put around the cake. Because, I mean, why would I just put straight up jukeboxes around the cake? That's not what I want. So I was thinking maybe I can find the Funko Pop characters. So I was like, let's just go to Hot Topic real quick and see if they have any Riverdale characters. So I'm looking and I'm like, okay, well, I find one. Or I ask the employee and I find, they're like, well, we did, but we only have Josie, which is this one. And Josie McCoy from Josie and the Pussycats in Riverdale. This was way at the top. So, me being silly and dumb, I'm just looking at it and I'm like, where? Like, I can't see from all the way at the top. She's not even pointing me to the right one. Be minded. She wasn't even pointing me to the right one. She was pointing to the one that was next to the one she was telling me about, which was Josie. I kept looking at it and I had a blank moment and I was like, where? And then when she showed me, I was like, okay. Me being silly, I kept saying okay repeatedly. then she was like, okay, what? Do you want it? And then I broke out and I was like, yeah, can I see it, please? Like, like, I've had a blank space moment, and when I broke out of it, I was like, yeah, can I see it? Because I couldn't see it. And to be honest, I kind of felt bad that I had to make her get the ladder and go all the way at the top just to get one Funko Pop. Is it my fault that they had them all the way at the top? No. So, she goes and she gets the ladder, comes back down, goes, gets the ladder, and stays on the ladder, picks it, like, gets the Josie on the left side, I want to say it was, takes a couple steps down, doesn't even get off the ladder entirely. So I was like, that's probably dangerous for her. And she just hands me it. And I'm looking at it and I show my dad, because my dad's like, what is that? So I'm like, it's a Funko Pop. This is one of the characters in Riverdale. And he was like, how much? Well, I'm looking at the bottom of the box and I go, 15. And he goes, oh, nice, you should get it. So I get it. And, I'm like, okay, I'll take it, thank you. And she's like, the lady's on the ladder, and she has her arms like crossed, a little crossed. And then when she hears us say, we'll take it, she goes, and then gets down off of the ladder, takes the ladder back, and then comes to the register. While I'm waiting for her to come to the register, I get a call from my grandma, because, let me explain this. I was with my dad and my grandma. My grandma, when we walked into the mall, my grandma went into Macy's to look at something. So I was like, okay, no problem, right? So we did that. And back to it. So while I'm waiting for her to come to the register, my grandma calls and she's like, hey, where are you? And I'm like, oh, we're at the Hot Topic. She's like, I don't know where that's at. Where is it? So I'm like, I'm trying to explain to her because, like, this is North Star Mall here in Texas. If you guys have never been, that's, yeah. And I'm explaining to her, it's like, go to the Disney store and then you go down past Bath and Body Works and you'll see it. It's just a little store. It says Hot Topic. She was like, oh, okay, never mind. I'll just wait for you here in front of Macy's. And I was like, okay, no problem. We'll be on our way. Well, I'm about to pay, and my dad goes and he picks up a t-shirt. I'm like, okay, no problem. She scans it, and then the cashier asks us if we had hot cash. And I go, yeah, I do. And she goes, do you have any on you? And I was like, no, not right now, because I was in the middle of a call, and I couldn't get, I couldn't show her anything. So, yeah. That was the crazy part, and she was like, okay, well, it's not going to go through without anything, yeah. So I was like, okay, no problem, don't worry about it, just ring me up. So she rang me up, and we paid $22, I want to say, in total. So that was that. Then we ended up walking out. Mind you, I had, I think, 2 or 3 hours left until I had to go to work. Well, we get out of the mall, we go into the car, we leave the mall. We're on the highway, and my dad goes, are you guys hungry? And I'm like, not really. My grandma's like, let's go eat. And I'm like, okay, fine. Well, we're getting close to home, and we're literally down the street, and my grandma goes, stop at that Mexican restaurant. And I'm like, okay, why not? Well, I'm looking at the time, and I'm like, it's like 11. And I go in at like 1:30 or something like that. So I'm thinking, well, by the time we get in, we have to get a seat, the time that they take our orders, how long it'll take for them to make our food and just things like that. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna I'm gonna be like late to work. So that's not what happened, because we went, we ate, and then we left. Well, I didn't eat a lot, so I ended up taking whatever I had left home. Came back, got ready, and I left. That was the point. Anyways, getting back to this, long story short, that's what happened. So, off of Amazon. So this was one thing off of Amazon, right? The cooler, which is deflated. I have to inflate it again. Another thing I got off of Amazon is these straws. Now, this is a pack of 100, and the colors are navy, blue, and yellow. So it looks like this, and I'm not going to count it because I know it's 100. And what I'm going to do with these is the ones that we're going to make milkshakes in, we're going to like split it in half. And then we're going to put like, we're going to split the straws in half. And we're going to put the straws in the cupcakes to make it look like a milkshake cupcake, like a small cupcake to make it look like a, you guys understand, I'm sure. If not, then yeah. So we get that. And I go, that's one thing. I'm like, we might not need all 100 for all cupcakes because we're only making 24. So, you know, I could probably use the straws for something else. Well, don't mind that noise because I just banged my knee against my vanity. And something tipped over. Well, so I go, okay, no big deal. No problem at all. Another thing I got off of Amazon, which you guys can see right here, is a jukebox. I don't know if it's because I ordered 2 or if the company had sent me 2, so this is how it looks. Yes, you're supposed to build it. No, I'm not. I mean, I messed up, but yeah. This is how it looks in the packaging. This is how it's supposed to look when it's built, so apparently. So me, I'm like, I'm going to take the first one out. And I'm going to build it. Now, let me show you guys this. Also, some people might call me crazy, but hey, why not? And this goes out to everybody who has OCD. Anyways, that's not what I mean. So anyways, this is how it's supposed to look like in 3D. It's just basic paper, or cardboard if you want to say. Cardstock. Building this, I was confused. I was like, where does this piece go? Where does that go? I figured it out. Well, me thinking this whole piece, these numbers, are supposed to go like up here, right? I didn't think that like this was going to be there because it doesn't come with instructions on how to build it. You have to basically build it yourself. How did I figure this out? I looked at the picture. And I said, oh, okay, so if that's supposed to have a side, which, if you look at it like that, where did the pieces go? So it's like a connect a dot or connect the maze or however you want to explain it. Your girl was confused when I started. And I tell you this because it's the truth. I was confused when I started building it. And I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So, I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, this number connects to this. That connects to that. It felt like connect the dots all over again. Mind you, I'm looking at that top part and I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do with this? Well, no one said, oh, you're supposed to do that. Oh, you're supposed to do this. I could have used instructions for this. Did I get some? No. Did I care? No. Moving on. Another thing, the ultimate thing that I got from Amazon was this pink car. Now you might look at it and you're like, huh, why is there plastic over it? Well, there's plastic over it because I don't want to take it out. I'm afraid if I take the plastic off, it'll be damaged. This is a pink convertible. It looks like this, if you guys can see it. And you're supposed to use it to take pictures. Well, I got it just for that reason. So we can use it as a car to take pictures. Now, I went with a friend to Target. I'm looking in the clearance section, you know, the first section that they have right there. As you walk right into Target, it's right there. And did I find quite a good few things. So, the first thing I found was for $3. And I thought, oh, it'd be useful. It's upside down. These are the 4-count chalkboard easels. And it looks like this. Obviously there's 4 because there's 2 in the back of these, the front ones. And what I'm going to do with it is something like this. But not just label cupcakes. Like, oh, cupcakes. No. What I'm going to be doing is taking these and labeling each thing. Like, we're going to have candy table, food table, whatnot. Right? So, I'm looking at the stuff and I go, what am I going to name each and every candy? Well, I thought of it and I'm thinking, oh, I can get the little gummy burgers and name those Jughead's burgers. Because if you read it before, or if you've seen Riverdale on Netflix, Jughead eats a lot of burgers. Like, food is his #1 thing. And then I go, what else am I going to do? What other candy could I get to represent the characters in it? I still have things to get. So the gummy burgers, I still have to go and get them. Don't know where I'm going to find them. Don't know if I'm going to buy them on Amazon or where. So, I've decided, at Party City, I'm going to go and get, when I go, I'm going to go and get but 2 checkered tablecloths to make it kind of look like a diner, sort of, most likely. And I'm going to pick up some candy, like white gumballs, and those white gumballs, I'm thinking of naming them, like, Veronica's Pearls, because, you know, Veronica has a pearl necklace. Thinking, why not do pearls? Veronica's Pearls, to represent the necklace that Veronica wears in the show. Then, I was talking to my cousin, because I really don't know what kind of candy I should get for Archie. She tells me, well, what does Archie do? And I'm like, Archie played football, and then boxing. What else does he do? And she was like, well, go to Party City and pick up these chocolates that look like sports. It's like sports chocolates, like baseball, basketball, things like that. I go, okay, that sounds like a good idea. And now I'm like, if I get that, what am I going to get for Betty? And she was like, well, what if you get, like, candy bracelets, and you name it Betty Scrunchies, or Betty Scrunchie? That sounds excellent. That sounds about right. And then, me thinking everybody loves the big person, Madison Pettish, I want to say, or however you say, the one that plays as Cheryl Blossom in Riverdale. Well, first let me finish off the Target thing. Well, at Target, I went and I found this again. Now this is just a chalkboard stand, so it's really one of the things, like, this is one of the things where I'm going to put, like, welcome to something something candy store. Well, my cousin gave me the idea of adding Le Bon Nuit, you know, the speakeasy from Riverdale, on here. She was like, why don't you put welcome to Le Bon Nuit candy shop? And I was like, that's a good idea. This was $3 at Target. This was also $3 at Target. You couldn't go wrong with that. So, oh, and then another thing I got at Target, which boy am I afraid that I'm gonna break eventually if I can pick it up. Like literally, I'm afraid it's gonna fall when I don't pick it up properly. Is this candy jar? So it says candy, and it's made out of glass. If you don't know, glass is like a weakness to me. I die. I literally, I die. If it falls, I would die. I paid $3 for this at Target. Was I surprised? Yes. Because I saw on TikTok that you can find these there for $3. Did I think it would exist? No, I did not. I even saw it on YouTube that you can find these at Target. I didn't think I would be able to pay $3 for a candy jar. Well, why do you say that? It's because there's a lot of surprises at Target where you won't know what you find. It's like you go to Target to only get a few little things, and then you walk out with things you don't really need. That was me in that case when I found the jar. I looked at it and I was like, $3, but that's not bad. And I didn't find this in the clearance section. I found this like in one of the aisles, like where all the glassware stuff is at. So I was like, okay, not bad. I'll pay it. Got it. And I'm good. I'm good to go. Oh, here's one thing that I forgot to show. I have this. And I go, will I use it? Probably not. But I'll try it. I'll keep it up. I paid $3 for this. And I've had this for only a year. And I've used it once. Now, getting to the Dollar Tree. I took 2 trips to Dollar Tree. 2. Not 4, not 5, 2 trips. And this is what I'm saying. So getting back to that conversation where I was like, oh, my cousin was helping me name some products. Except one of them fell. I found these gummy cherries. And I was thinking, what represents cherry blossom best than cherries? My cousin tells me, why don't, instead of putting cherries, cherry blossom, put the blossoms. Because it all represents cherries, right? And yeah, I know you get it, or you probably don't get it, and you think, well, why don't you just use maple syrup for the blossoms, because it makes sense. What can I find in candy that'll represent maple syrup? Nothing at all. So, again, not a big problem. Now, I'm thinking, what else am I supposed to find? Well, I went with my friend I kid you not, we went everywhere, and I'm talking about everywhere. When we hit the Dollar Tree on Austin Highway, I found these. And this is just one of them. I couldn't believe my eyes. And yes, I got this because I was thinking, oh, it'll be easier to get the candy. Like, it's like, if you have a jar full of candy, you just dip it in, pick it up, put it in your box, and you're good to go. I'm also thinking of not using these and getting something smaller than this, like little scoopers, if that makes sense. So, that was one thing. Now, for the Pixie Sticks, you're probably wondering, where am I going to put them? I'm putting them in this. And in the show, everybody knows Jingle Jangle is basically a rip-off version of Pixie Sticks, or another version of Pixie Sticks. So, I got not one, not two, but three. Because I was like, how many could I possibly fit in this jar? Which I got for $1. And I know you're probably thinking, like, isn't that a flour jar? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm going to be using it for this. Now, comment down below and let me know if I should use this or if I should use a different one for the Pixie Sticks. But this is the only idea I thought of so far because I was thinking, why not? Because I have 3 bags and they'll all fit in here. So let me know about that, what you guys think about that. Another thing I got at the dollar store, which, please don't mind this, my head is like itchy. Another thing I got at the dollar store are these miniature cups. I should say miniature shot cups, but these are shot cups. So I got 2 of them, and in each one comes 24. And they are clear, so if you guys can see it, I'm pretty sure, I don't know. Yeah, so they look like this. And these, I'm thinking of using these for Jello shots. Because what's a party without having alcohol in there? Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say that. But yeah, what's a party without having that there? 24 and 24 is like 48, right? Perfect. Because if we hand them out like on a little tray, everybody will grab one, take a shot, bam. It's all good. Boy, is this my favorite part. Pop Rocks. Now, these I got at the dollar store on Austin Highway. Yes, I'm gonna tell this person out, but I'm not gonna reveal her identity. Well, I'm going to pay, and the cashier says, do you want the box? And I'm like, yes, I want the box. You know, because you can like walk into any store, like Costco's or Sam's or whatever, pick up a box and they won't scan it. Well, she's like, oh, okay. She's counting how many Pop Rocks I have. Mind you, I have 2 different ones. And I'll get into these a little later. And I go 5 and 5. Just to make it easier. There's 5 of each. And she's like, okay, but I still have to count them. And I'm like, okay. So she's scanning all of them one by one. And she asked me again, do you want the box? And I'm like, yes, I want the box. Suzanne, you charged me $1 for a box when you could have just scanned the entire box without having to take each packet one by one and scan all of them. Yes, Suzanne, I want the box. You don't have to scan it. Just scan these. And it doesn't say in Dollar Tree's policy that you have to scan every item, including boxes. No, her name is not Suzanne. I'm just making up this name, okay? Well, again, two different ones. But they each come with 3 packs. So, this one has like watermelon, strawberry, and pineapple, and this one is just cherry. Your girl was mad. I paid $25 because I brought a few extra stuff for myself. We'll finish this in a minute.